Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight for Unified Wrestling Oklahoma's Parade of Champions event, live from the American Legion Mohawk in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we have a bombastic edition of more UWO action. I, as always, am Walker Stewart, joined by none other than Diamond Jim James Southern. And James, tonight it is a Tulsa homecoming for many a competitor, one of which is Shotgun Dan Weber.
When the boogeyman enters the squared circle, every man runs. Not only every man in the squared circle, every man in North Tulsa runs in fear of the shotgun. When the shotgun is out, everyone must remain warned, especially El Gallardo Uno.
Absolutely, his opponent here tonight, making his second appearance at Unified Wrestling Oklahoma, El Gallardo. This one is going to be an exciting one. Dan Weber has been tearing it up all across North Tulsa, and now recently he's been making ventures down to Oklahoma City. I've seen him compete up in the state of Kansas, in Hoiston, Kansas. Tonight, back in Tulsa, Oklahoma, his stomping grounds, where he's truly made a name for himself amongst the various promotions that are here in this region.
But he's trying to make a name tonight at UWO against El Gallardo. Gallardo a little fearful of that right hand of Dan Weber, and rightfully so. If you've seen what it can do, more damage than that big shoulder tackle there, but you see Gallardo already kind of stunned here in the opening moments, Walker.
Absolutely, and Shotgun Dan Weber's going to do everything in his power that he can to keep El Gallardo in a grounded position. El Gallardo, very athletic. He has a high agility offense that you are going to see throughout the night.
And that's going to be what he's going to need to take on the power of Shotgun Dan Weber. Gallardo's got to use that speed because he's getting outpowered at every punch.
These are two men who are truly just trying to find their footing here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma.
Without a doubt, two great upstarts. You hear so many things across Oklahoma about Shotgun Dan Weber and Gallardo. Both men, you expect to see them, on the forefront of Oklahoma wrestling in the years to come.
In fact, it's actually happened in years past. Last year's Oklafan #1 top 50 wrestler, Dan Weber, the Shotgun himself.
Very well deserved by the boogeyman of the squared circle, taking Gallardo for the ride here. Got him up in a Canadian backbreaker of sorts.
This is not where you want to be if you're Gallardo, but he slips out of it. Look at that, the sling blade.
Across the top rope, very smart move there, causing even more damage to the neck of Shotgun Dan Weber.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate the whiplash effect, which has just been insinuated on Shotgun Dan Weber. We talk about this man having hard-hitting strikes, but El Gallardo, he's coming out with a lot of fire in this opening contest tonight. He looks to prove something, to make a statement against a man who currently holds championships in other promotions here in Oklahoma. He's looking to establish himself here in the place where all of those promotions are unified.
Both men are really trying to make their stand here in UWO. You can make a name for yourself everywhere else.
Hold on a minute, the cover one. Oh, only a 2 count there, says referee Robin.
Gallardo there, displaying some of those skills, but look at Dan Weber right back into this rear naked choke with the grapevine applied around the body.
And this is why you do not turn your back on a man holding a shotgun.
What do you say?
Dan Weber. Look at this. Oh,
referee Robin right in there checking for the submission. Looks like Gallardo might have gone for Dan Weber's eyes. Very smart there. You can train every muscle in your body, but you can't train your eyes to protect them.
I like what we're seeing right now out of El Gallardo. A lot of offense being delivered to the body of Shotgun Dan Weber.
You see, once he ate that kick from Gallardo, that impact on the canvas almost brought Dan Weber back to life. Now a modified stump puller here.
Tell me what this does to the leg. Tell me what this does to the body of Dan Weber.
Not only does it hyperextend the knee, now you see those elbows being driven in, further hyperextending the knee. It also hyperextends your hip flexors and quad muscles. really damages the entire leg. Very smart strategy by Gallardo in open. He shouldn't let Dan Weber get back to his feet. When the big man has a vertical base, he is the most dangerous man, not only in North Tulsa, but the entire state.
That's exactly why he was ranked #1 in the Oklafan Top 50. Dan Weber colliding with the body of El Gallardo in the corner. Looks like he might be calling for a big exclamation mark on this matchup, but look at that left leg.
Given out from Gallardo, very smart, recognizing that saved him and going right back to that left knee. The knee, the hip, the ankle.
That could have been disastrous for El Gallardo in the corner there, James. That's a lot of man to have crashing down on your body.
He had done the work early to prevent himself from being squished by the shotgun. Look at these shots, barely rocking Dan Weber, and he's firing back.
Everything in his power to do so. Back and forth we see between both competitors.
Gallardo's been wrestling a smart match so far, but trading blows with the big man might not be the smartest idea.
These two men are not unfamiliar with one another. Straight out of the UWO dojo at Wrestle Against Hunger is El Gallardo. Dan Weber knows a thing or two about Wrestle Against Hunger, being a former heavyweight champion at that promotion.
But what Dan Weber knows more is wrestling with hunger, a desire to win, just like this, dropping Gallardo on his neck.
That's got to be it, the cover here. This is the end. And that is it. A phenomenal victory on the evening for Shotgun Dan Weber, really putting himself back into championship contention maybe at some point here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. A dominant matchup for the Shotgun.
I'd love to see Shotgun compete for some gold here at UWO. What a contest by both competitors. But the boogeyman is returning to North Tulsa, and the streets are not safe tonight.
How's that for a curse contest, ladies and gentlemen?
Sir Thomas Knight making his way to the ring. You've seen him here as an official in UWO, but the man has had a long tenured career in that squared circle, and he's going back at it tonight. He's got the opportunity to challenge for some gold in RDW wrestling. He's taking on none other than the Foreman, Walker.
Well, the Foreman is a man who knows how to get the job done. He's claimed that in the past, and it has come to fruition in the past for the champion here for Red Dirt Wrestling, the RDW Brass Knuckles champion. As you mentioned, defeated none other than Rockin' Ronnie Morton months ago to become the RDW Brass Knuckles champion. The Foreman has been really become a measuring stick here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. If you are capable of standing toe-to-toe with Red James and somehow finding a way to walk away with a victory, you have really proven yourself as someone who belongs in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. That is the role that the Foreman holds currently as Brass Knuckles champion. He is a gatekeeper to the highest regard.
That's exactly what Red James has proven himself to be. Thomas Knight wanting to step in that squared circle one more time tonight. He's looking to challenge for that Brass Knuckles title. Red James has taken a lot of pride in this championship, made it one of the top championships in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma.
Of course, he actually is currently the record for the 2023 most championship defenses in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma under the UWO banner, and especially in Red Dirt Wrestling. Red James, the man who cares a lot about the collection of championships, specifically gold. It was just weeks ago where I witnessed this man go toe-to-toe at XWE in Salina, Kansas for the Social Media Championship against Chance Kerrigan. He's competed for many a championship at many times, the Texoma Pro Tag Team Championships. He's done it all, and Red James is here. He is dedicated to the task. The task tonight is to show Thomas Knight exactly what the Foreman is all about.
Trust me, Walker, by the time this match is over, we're going to be saying the only night it is Red James night in Tulsa. Listen to the melodious tones of Red James.
It's definitely not the way that I would describe them, but I'm happy that you're picking your words wisely, because if Red James hears any of us smarting off, I have a lot of water over here that I'm trying to protect, okay, James?
You're a thirsty, thirsty man, Walker. What can you say? And so is Red James, thirsty for gold and thirsty for a win over Sir Thomas Knight here in Tulsa.
Oklahoma, he is your reigning and defending RDW champion, bare knuckles champion, the Foreman.
Referee Ricky Wingrave displaying the belt for both competitors and this crowd here in Tulsa at the American Legion to see. Now we're ready to get underway. Thomas Knight versus the Foreman. Red James looking to retain his brass knuckles title.
Foreman, a man who is consistently in-ring competition, taking on a man who has not stepped foot inside the squared circle in a competitive capacity in over a year in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. What do you think is going through the mind of Sir Thomas Knight? A return to the ring, on top of that, an RDW Brass Knuckles Championship match.
He's got to be excited, not only returning to the ring, but getting this huge opportunity at the Brass Knuckles title, as you mentioned. Something I want to bring up, Thomas Knight is normally a tag team competitor. Of course, we've seen the tag team alongside his brother George, Jeff in the New York Express. We've seen them all across Oklahoma for a number of years. Now returning, trying to win some singles gold. Beautiful headlock takeover there, but the Foreman's not going to be held down for long. I guarantee you that, Stuart.
Well, Thomas Knight is not a member of the OECW Hall of Fame class of 2011 for nothing. This is a man who knows all about winning accolades. And while he's definitely no spring chicken, James, Thomas Knight knows exactly how to get the job done.
See, they're sliding past the Foreman. Red James taking a moment to get away from the action. He knows exactly when to take a break. Things haven't been going the Foreman's way early, but the match is just getting started.
Collar and elbow tie-up, just dragging, pushing Red James into the corner, chop across the chest to the Foreman. Trying to concave the pectoral muscles of the Foreman, Red James. And as much as I may not enjoy Red James's antics, I have to say one thing. Red James is consistently improving inside the squared circle. Every single time I watch this man step foot inside a ring, he is consistently learning new tricks of the trade. And those tricks are going to lead him potentially to a longer championship reign in RDW.
Well, let me tell you why that's the case, Stuart. This man, Red James, is constantly watching tape. He's always learning, not only about his opponents, about people in the region, but some of the greatest of all time. He is a student of the game, constantly honing his craft, trying to find a way to get better, and trying to find a way to choke the life out of Sir Thomas Knight.
Thomas Knight, of course, back in it here. Off the ropes goes Red James. Made some both men go down with the shoulder tackle, but Red James seems a little less dazed than that of Sir Thomas Knight.
Thomas Knight has been having the life checked out of him. That shoulder tackle, he needed a moment to recover, but it just wasn't enough. Red James back up to his feet. He's barely absorbed any offense in this contest.
The aggression from Red James is on another level here tonight. Oh, look at this. Well, this could result in the end of a career here. Ropong DDT head first right into the canvas.
The Knights of the Round Table might be a little shorter come the next meeting, courtesy of that Ropong DDT. Now just dropping that elbow right across the sternum of Thomas Knight.
James now going for the cover off the elbow drop. That could be it. Only a 2 count, though, says our official. Once again, back down. 1 count. This, of course, is for the RDW Brass Knuckles Championship. 1 fall to a finish. No time limit in place.
These two could fight all night if they want to, but Red James doesn't want it to go that long.
We know Thomas Knight surely has the spirit for it, but the foreman, he might get paid on the hour in different positions, but not here, not in the squared circle. He's trying to get home.
This Knight trying to fight back here.
Oh, whip off the ropes. Knight, clothesline taking him down. Look at the force which Sir Thomas Knight has taken Red James off his feet.
Very smart move by the champion, though, rolling to the outside. Pinfall or submission has to be obtained within those 3 ropes that make up the squared circle. Now going to that jean jacket. I think the Brass Knuckles champion is looking for the namesake of his belt. The Brass Knuckles are out. A little tap on the table. Let this Tulsa crowd know what they're about to see. Walker, you ready to see a man's lights get knocked out?
I've been ready to see it all night, but not at the expense of Sir Thomas Knight.
What's Ricky Wingrave doing here?
Well, Ricky Wingrave would know a thing or two about those brass knuckles.
He'd know a thing or two about being a referee, too.
Now putting the brass knuckles into the back pocket.
See, Red James is no longer going to use the weapon, and yet Ricky Wingrave still maintains his position of hounding Red James, trying to find a reason for him to lose this RDW Brass Knuckles Championship. I see how things are. Once again, UWO and their crooked officials get in the way. That's the only thing saving Thomas Knight right now. And down goes Ricky Wingrave, just like he deserves. You mess with the foreman and the job will be done. They're beautiful, aren't they, Stuart?
Definitely shiny, that's for certain.
Just like Red James' beautiful smile shining down on all of us in Tulsa tonight.
Now, there is nothing beautiful about what we're witnessing right here. The official Ricky Wingrave has been taken out, and Sir Thomas Knight is at the liberty of one of the most heinous individuals in our sport.
2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that, your champion. Who's this goof in the mask?
Champion, the foreman, Red James. Get a picture of the goods.
Red James.
That was for you, Walker.
Where's the other red?
Red James is calling for another official.
Ring the bell.
Well, it's pretty clear that Ricky Wingrave's sleeping on the job.
Who is this individual who is stalking around ringside? You've seen him briefly in the corners of our camera shots. James, there's a lot to unpack within this matchup already.
One more time.
Seems like
Thomas Knight with a shot across the jaw. And the official, Robin the ref, is here. 1,
she's not going to count
2,
this.
3, that's it. That's it.
This is the highest crime of justice I have ever seen. Tulsa has long been known for crooked lawmen, and yet we see another in referee Robin. Is this really the legacy Tulsa wants to leave?
It doesn't matter about legacy in Tulsa. It's the legacy of Sir Thomas Knight. We have a new RDW Brass Knuckles champion.
He's a crook and a thief, just like all of these Tulsans here at the American Legion. I'm surprised my wallet hasn't gone missing yet.
This might be the defining moment for Sir Thomas Knight. What a matchup. Wait a minute, is that?
The ref has just informed me that while Thomas Knight won the contest,
Wait a minute, is that? James Southern, that is Mike Isles.
Come on, Mike, let him keep the belt.
Hey, I didn't lose that chance.
Let him keep the belt, guys. Let him keep the belt.
It seems as though there's a discussion occurring between the original referee in this contest, Ricky Wingrave, and Mike Isles.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Mike Isles. I am a member of the UWO Board of Directors.
Make the right call, Mike.
That's one, Burnham.
Come on, Mike.
Make the right call, Mike.
As a member of the Board of Directors, I have to do what's right.
Mike, make the right call. Give me my title back.
The winner of the match is indeed Sir Thomas Knight. However, the match was officially over when the referee was knocked out by Red James. So, although Sir Thomas Knight is your winner, you can't win the title by DQ, my friend. Your champion is still the Foreman Red James.
What you gonna do about it, big boy? What you gonna do about it? Should've won, coulda ain't. Every
Folks,
day.
remember, this is a thankless job for me.
Oh.
Thomas, I'm sure you'll get another chance
Too
soon.
good.
No, I love you, brother.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the way that anyone wanted this matchup to end. Shortly at the chagrin of Sir Thomas Knight, Red James walks away once again with the RDW Brass Knuckles Championship. Still, though, your winner by disqualification, Sir Thomas Knight. What a matchup, but ladies and gentlemen, right now I want to turn our attention to the main event for the UWO Championship, Oklahoma's first ever death match, as Christopher Morrison defends against the King of Thick Style, Sam Stackhouse, in what is set to be Sam Stackhouse's final match in the state of Oklahoma.
Brawler Morrison is looking to kill Sam Stackhouse. Not only literally, but kill the memory, kill the figurative career of Sam Stackhouse in Oklahoma right here tonight.
Introducing first, he hails from parts unknown, the Wolf of War!
The Wolf of War, your current reigning and defending RDW Iron Man Champion. I want to take you back to RDW New Year, New Me, when the Wolf of War made his return to take on MLP and become the new RDW Iron Man Champion. Ever since then, the Wolf of War has been defending this championship all over the state, and that includes against his opponent tonight.
What you're staring at, Walker, is a bad, bad man. know we promised death in the main event, Walker, but the Murder Man has just arrived on the scene in Tulsa. Keep your eyes on Colt Kilbane, because anytime Kilbane's in the room, it gets 10 times more dangerous, Walker.
No, you said earlier on, as the Wolf of War is making his way down to ringside, you said the Wolf of War is one bad man, but is he as murderous as Kilbane is? We are going to find that out here tonight as Kilbane goes one-on-one for the very first time against the Wolf of War, and the RDW Iron Man Championship is on the line.
Murder Man Kilbane trying to gain some gold here in UWO in Tulsa.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Show of hands, who hates Granny Holster?
Kilbane not a fan of some of the fans here in the crowd, the UWO faithful, if you will, Walker.
Well, I'm particularly fond of Granny Holster.
She's a gem, what can you say?
You know, as soon as the bell sounds, you see a different position, a different posture for Kilbane. This man is set for war, and he's embroiled in it against a man who is defined by the term.
I want to point out as this contest starts off just how evenly matched these two are. You see that not only in height, perhaps in weight and muscularity as well, these two very, very evenly matched. This is going to be an interesting contest. See who comes out with that leverage advantage when these two are so equal. You see Wolf of War sending Kilbane back into the corner early, but Kilbane, the big man, unfazed.
You'll know, though, one thing that differentiates both men comes in the experience department. Kilbane has been in and around the professional wrestling scene for much longer than the Wolf of War. And you have to wonder, you have to imagine that the fact that the Wolf of War is walking in tonight as a defending champion has to get under the skin of Kilbane a little bit. Kilbane believes he's the one who should have been walking in as champion.
Kilbane has been successful everywhere he goes. UWO sort of a new frontier for him, and that's why you see him immediately going after the RDW Iron Man Champion and the Wolf of War. What a better way to show up and make your presence felt in a promotion than walking away with a championship around your waist.
I definitely cannot think of many better ways to make your claim and stake your mark here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. Kilbane now down flat on his back. Wolf of War going for the cover here for the championship. Only a 1 count, though.
Wolf of War has gotten a little bit of a roll going, but it's still early in the contest. It's going to take a lot more damage to keep the Murder Man down.
The Murder Man is here, and the Murder Man is hungry. Off the ropes goes Kilbane. Trying to go for the shoulder tackle there, kicking him square in the gut.
Wolf of War did a good job evading that shoulder tackle, but he couldn't evade the big boot. Now a shoulder tackle takes him down.
And with authority going for the cover here, hooking the outer leg, and it's only a 2 count.
It's only fitting the Murder Man Kilbane is here in Tulsa, one of the murder capitals of the world. He's trying to take Wolf of War and add him to the statistic list of Tulsa.
Rear chin lock, side headlock applied here for Kilbane, and you notice Wolf of War's foot is on the rope.
Very smart. They're using those long legs to reach out and break that hold up. Kilbane, you know, is trying to strangle the life out of him.
You know, that's quite the advantage that Wolf of War is going to have, just a couple of inches taller from Kilbane, but of course Kilbane, some might say, might be the more powerful competitor in this matchup.
An inch or two can make a whole lot of difference when you're reaching for those ropes like that, Walker.
An inch or two often makes the difference, James, but Kilbane, he knows all about that. Kilbane knows all about what it takes. Look at that, just scraping the side of the skull with the boot, with the
Knee pad. It's not going to finish your opponent off, but what a way to disrespect someone like the Wolf of War. You're not even worth a full-on kick. I can just scrape my boot across the side of your face.
Disrespect is definitely fitting in the vocabulary of Kilbane. I never known the Murder Man to be the respectful type.
But he is the winning type. He's going to have to really get his vertical base here if he wants to beat the Wolf of War.
Now off the ropes. Clothesline there for the Wolf of War. RDW Iron Man Champion trying to prove that he can go the distance here tonight and walk away with the W and still retain that championship. Snapmare bringing him down. And cinching that in. Look at this rear chinlock applied.
I want to point out how the Wolf of War is grabbing his bicep and Kilbane's head there to maintain leverage. Very, very smart strategy, making sure that move is locked in deep on Kilbane.
That's definitely what you're going to want to do. It's an incredible strategy on behalf of the Wolf of War. He knows the type of caliber, the caliber of competitor he's facing off against.
Kilbane now into the corner with that big splash, going for another here.
In the corner, once again hitting the splash. Kilbane,
Yes, the War is reeling here.
he has to find a way to put this one down. Going for the spear, but hits him with the knee as the Wolf of War for the RDW Iron Man title. Full Nelson slam into the cover. This has got to be it for the championship. This match is over.
The Wolf of War lifting Kilbane up by the shoulders and slamming him down on the back of his neck. Still your RDW Iron Man champion, the Wolf of War. And Walker, I don't see that belt going anywhere anytime soon.
Definitely not anytime soon, but never say never. You don't know what lies in the future for Kilbane, but tonight it is written in the record books. The Wolf of War walks away with the victory.
Introducing first, the team of Gallardo, Ken Bryson, and Southern Aristocracy.
Now, Walker, I want you to talk to me for a minute, and I want you to be honest. Were they just pulling out names out of a hat when they put this team together? I mean, Tank Bryson, Giganto, and Southern Aristocracy, all great professional wrestlers within their own right. But a team like this, forgive me for not seeing Tank Bryson, Giganto, and Eddie Levon and Anthony Wilde working together. It just seems like people who would be hanging out on opposite sides of the bar, if you get where I'm going, Walker.
Well, you'd be forgiven for your confusion, and you're right, this is definitely an eclectic group of individuals, just as their opponents are as well, but we had 8 men in the locker room who approached Brent Wall and said, I want a fight, I want a match, and this was the solution that was came to.
Say what you will about Brent Wall, but he's always willing to bring the competition out for the UWO fans, as we're seeing here tonight at American Legion Post, the Mohawk Lodge in Tulsa. Team Frankie Lee now making their way to the ring. We see Frankie Lee, Trench Blythe, Romeo Reese, and Lenny. Like Lenny Bruce, is he vulgar? Is he obscene? What is this man, Lenny?
He's definitely obscene, he's definitely grotesque, and another thing's for certain, he could probably take a couple of fashion tips from Romeo Reese as well. Lenny is a
Anybody
man.
can, you could yourself, sir. You need to let Romeo Reese be your personal stylist.
Or potentially so.
Or at least Frankie Lee.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Allow me to introduce myself to you, for those of you idiots who aren't in the know. My name... Oh, excuse me, sorry. Let me get this proper introduction out of the way. How about this, huh? Tulsa, Oklahoma, come one, come all, experience the greatest African-American talent you have ever ever seen.
I saw
Hailing from the Cinderella City, weighing in at the super sexy 212 pounds, the fabulous Frankie Lee. At your service. Oh, looky here. I got some friends. See,
Ain't nobody your friend.
huh?
Ain't nobody your friend.
You sure are. Anyway.
You have friends?
That's right. 4 of them to be exact. It's because they understand what great talent the fabulous Frankie Lee is, and that is why they are here.
I don't want to hear it out of you.
So, all of you, what the hell I've been waiting for? Getting in this damn ring and having an actual full match. After I was so rudely interrupted. Sorry, did we not get a second anyway? Without further ado, let me get these formalities out of the way and show you fools exactly why I'm so amazing.
Come on, Frankie!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the bell has sounded. This matchup is underway. We have 8-man tag team competition. We are starting off Frankie Lee and Giganto.
Now, I respect Frankie Lee's sense of style, but his reasonability facing off with Giganto, it's a bit into question. I mean, why would you want to face off with a man from the Kiamichi Mountains like Giganto? Just running through Frankie Lee like a mountain. Now a kick to the backside.
Last time we saw Giganto here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma, he was accompanied by none other than CM Burnham. And CM Burnham, he pulled this man straight out of the Kiamichi Mountains. He pulled this man to a victory over none other than Red James. Now, Giganto is in the ring against Frankie Lee. You have to wonder what sort of tips and tricks CM Burnham might have been able to pass along to Giganto, however that communication stream works.
Frankie Lee elevated to the heights of the Kiamichi Mountains and dropped back down, courtesy of Giganto. Now Trench Blythe in the ring, using his speed to his advantage, trying to rock the big man.
Straight out of the Core Pro Wrestling training facility, training underneath greats such as Skylar Slice, Nathan Estrada, or a man who I hope to see in UWO sometime very soon, Mascara Pupara. Lucha Libre legend Trench Blythe has been under the tutelage of those 3 individuals.
Mascara Pupara, the Lucha Libre legend. See, you've got me all tongue-tied, Walker. Not Trench Blythe, but Trench Blythe, nonetheless, a graduate of Core Pro Wrestling Academy, as you mentioned. Very talented competitor, but now he's having to take on a man nearly 3 times his size in Giganto.
What's the strategy if you're Trench Blythe?
You've got to stick and move, and that's what we're seeing here. A little bit of speed, that neck breaker now into the cover. 1. Only a 1 count, though, but that speed is where we're seeing Trench Blythe shine. Giganto is a big, powerful man. We're all aware of this. Trench Blythe getting rocked with that forearm there. Now take Bryson in the ring.
And Bryson for the very first time in the squared circle, current 1/2 of the All-Star Pro Tag Team Champions.
A man very accustomed to tag team competition, though none of his psychotic messenger's brethren are out here tonight.
Strength there from Trench Blythe. This is a man very much in his rookie year, if you will, in professional wrestling. He has a lot to learn, a lot of growing to do, but there's no better way to grow in a pro wrestling ring than facing off against 4 large and tough opponents, such as Tank Bryson. Going for the double underhook, lifting him up, Angel's wings, up and down.
That double underhook face buster dropping Trench Blythe down. Romeo Reese making the save, though. He realized what a dangerous maneuver that is. Very smart move by Romeo Reese. That 2nd generation knowledge coming into play, dragging Trench Blythe to his own corner. Now making the tag. In comes Romeo Reese on on Anthony Wilde.
Anthony Wilde, I know a lot about this young man. He has been hitting the gym, he's been cutting weight, and he's been looking good while doing it, really getting into shape. Anthony Wilde going over the clothesline, ducked underneath, hits him with the spear, turning him inside out. The cover here for Ricky Wingrave, the cover. Only a 2 count there, says our official, and Trench Blythe might have gotten in just at the nick of time.
Anthony Wilde, as you said, he's been hitting the gym. He's always been a man of size and a man of power. Now that speed we're starting to see come out of Anthony Wilde as this mysterious man only known as Lenny enters the ring. You know, you've got to wonder anytime you see a man with a mask, Walker, what's he got to hide from the world? But a man with one name and a man in a mask is a very dangerous man nonetheless.
Louisiana Spice himself, Eddie Levon, is here.
The Cajun sensation is about to be unleashed on Lenny, giving him a big forearm there, and Lenny is unrocked. This is a peculiar individual, to say the least, Walker.
You could be talking about either of these men, and I'd agree with you, James. Eddie Levon, definitely the Cajun sensation. He likes to have a lot of fun, but he knows how to turn it up when it comes to in-ring competition. Lenny, we don't know too much about, but that means he is unpredictable. There's no way you could possibly game plan against your opponent.
He's just at home in the squared circle as he is in the French Quarter, but he's going to have to find himself a bit of safe haven against this man, Lenny.
Cover only a 2 count there, says our official, Ricky Wingrave.
Eddie Levon now back up to his feet, courtesy of Lenny.
Levon now Irish whipped into the corner.
Managed to make a tag there to Giganto, I believe. I don't know if referee Ricky Wingrave saw it. Now he did. In comes Giganto, and Lenny better look out.
Lenny is looking out indeed. He's looking up at Giganto. Chop right across the chest to Lenny. Back and forth between both men.
I'll give this Lenny credit. He's not moving in the face of Giganto. Many a lesser man would have cowered down. Now back into his own corner is Lenny. Frankie Lee coming in, representing his team here. He started this match off, things didn't go well. A choke slam into the knee.
Yeah, pop-up GTS from Giganto. Giganto to sleep. He calls it the sacrifice, the back elbow. This could be a dominant maneuver. This match is over.
Trench Blythe and Tank Bryson, though, haven't been informed as they're still trading blows on the outside. These two aren't done. The match might be over, but they're not.
Yeah, this goes well beyond the matchup. Trench Blythe and Tank Bryson, I don't know if something was said inside the squared circle. I don't know what happened in this matchup, but they continued brawling, and they might be doing so all the way to the back.
Well, Bryson, Giganto, and Southern Aristocracy reign supreme tonight in Tulsa.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Taylor. How is my UWO family doing tonight? Are you guys enjoying the show? Now, if you guys do not know, I am the official owner of Brent Wall, and you may be thinking, why am I wearing these stripes?
I like that name.
Well, we have 2 very important matches tonight. Not only do we have Oklahoma's very first death match, but we have a ladies match coming up, and Miss Nova Phoenix, our champion, has really got something against me. So to make sure it's getting cold right down the middle, I'm going to be the official of tonight's match, and I'll be the official of tonight's death match. Now, Taylor, let's bring out these ladies.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the UWO Ladies Championship.
No, Walker. Luna Nightshade has just about done it all in Oklahoma professional wrestling in her very short time on the scene. Yet there is one thing she has yet to do.
And that, of course, is to capture the UWO Ladies Championship. And this is her opportunity tonight.
So much so, she is so confident she's gonna walk out the victor over Nova Phoenix here. She says if she doesn't walk away with the UWO Ladies Championship, she will walk away from wrestling forever. What a insurmountable odds that Luna Nightshade has put upon herself.
You definitely have to have a lot of confidence to make claims such as that, but
especially when you're going against a woman like Nova Phoenix. Not only, Walker, did she win the UWO Homecoming Queen Tournament, she is Miss UWO. She went and won the UWO Ladies Champion. There is no doubt there is no better female competitor in the state of Oklahoma than one Nova Phoenix.
But there is one individual, and she is standing in the middle of the ring, who disagrees with that sentiment. So much so that, as you said, she put her entire professional wrestling career on the line. That being Luna Nightshade. Tonight is the night. It is do or die for Luna Nightshade.
Youth and optimism comes to face experience in the dead center of the ring. Second generation competitor Nova Phoenix squares off against a newcomer, a relative unknown in Luna Nightshade.
She has captured the hearts of the Oklahoma faithful, including here at Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. Fun fact, Luna Nightshade, the very first trainee to graduate the DG Dojo Academy here at Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. I spoke with the urban legend Drake Gallows a little bit before this matchup, and he had one thing to say, and that he wishes Luna Nightshade the best, but he also recognizes, as former owner of the company, just how powerful Nova Phoenix can be.
Without a doubt, he trained Luna, as you mentioned, but he has bear witness to the monstrosity that is Nova Phoenix. She's been running roughshod on Oklahoma wrestling, and look at that, already snatching the mask. You see Luna, she obviously came prepared. She's seen a few Nova Phoenix matches.
Oh, going for the schoolgirl roll-up. This could be it. We have a new champion. No! Once again, inside cradle, going for the cover once again.
I just draw cradle attempted there. Only a 2 count for Nightshade. Very smart wrestling, though.
Going through the sunset flip, rolling her up. This might be it. And Luna Nightshade continuously attempting these pinning attempts. One of them's got to allow her to walk away with the title.
Very smart there. Luna Nightshade, she was able to read what Nova Phoenix was doing. Nova was going for that back body drop. But Luna saw what was coming, attempted the sunset flip, and got a 2 count for efforts. Now Nova Phoenix taking a moment to breathe on the outside and exercising the full 10 count.
And Nova Phoenix, we've come to expect this out of the Nova Fire herself, the rising phoenix of Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. Luna Nightshade ducking underneath the clothesline and the back scratch. The claws of Luna Nightshade trying to pay dividends here tonight.
Those claws better be dug in deep if she wants to walk out the UWO Ladies Champion tonight.
Like we said, it is do or die for Luna Nightshade. She has put her career on the line. This might be it. Nightshade out of the corner once again. Look at this, up and down.
You know how confident this would have to make Luna Nightshade if she walks away with the win tonight, because Nova Phoenix has dominated the wrestling scene in Texas. That's why she came to Oklahoma. She wanted to stake her claim on new territory. Now Luna Nightshade is gonna, if she beats Nova Phoenix, she's not only the best in Oklahoma, she's one of the best in Texas.
If you walk away with the victory here tonight, if you're Luna Nightshade, hold on, go over the cover here. This might be it for the title. No! If Nightshade manages to walk away with the championship, her career is prolonged, it's extended. But where do you go from there? What is the next objective?
Look at Nova Phoenix using that power and size advantage, slamming down Luna Nightshade now into the pinfall. 2. Only a 2 count.
Very powerful front slam. You see Luna Nightshade automatically grasping for the rope. She knows that that's a safe haven for her. But that is if Nova Phoenix can manage to follow the guidelines and the rules here.
It's the best thing you can do if you're Luna Nightshade. Find the ropes, find a corner. Try to find a little bit of reprieve from the Rising Phoenix. But Nova says no, you will take this punishment.
I'm willing to go on record to state that Nova Phoenix very well may be the most dominant women's champion, of course in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma as the sole champion, but also in the entire state itself.
Luna Nightshade trying to add a second name to that list of UWO Ladies Champions. You know, if Nova Phoenix walks away with the title tonight, the question has got to be asked, if not Luna Nightshade, then who?
It's a fantastic question, and some might have to wonder if the solution would come from outside of the boundaries of the Oklahoma border, but nevertheless, that's the future. This is the now. Luna Nightshade, she has to find a way to battle back here. No one wants to see a career end tonight.
Luna Nightshade fighting for her life, fighting for her career, fighting to keep her teeth in her mouth after that big boot into the cover.
It's a devastating fight. The cover here, it's going to take more than that if you want to put the resilient Luna Nightshade down.
Massachusetts native showing all that grit, all that fight, all that determination against the Texas Phoenix. Nova Phoenix eating that boot in the corner from Luna.
And now up and down. Hurricane Rana there taking Nova Phoenix off her feet.
Having to use all of her body weight was Luna Nightshade. Now sent back down to the mat with a boot to the midsection.
Super kick there to the chin of Luna Nightshade, and this is where Nova Phoenix wants to keep Luna Nightshade at. Reverse STO.
From that kneeling position, very smart.
Into the cover, and only a 2 count once again. This matchup rolls on still for the Ladies Championship.
You know, Nova Phoenix normally hits that from a standing position that just a couple of inches could have made the difference. That additional impact being brought down on Nova Phoenix, or by Nova Phoenix, excuse me, wasn't applied to Luna Nightshade, but now a series of punches are, and it seems like Nova Phoenix taking some umbrage with our official Brent Wall.
Oh, the schoolgirl roll-up, this might be it. Catch her off guard, no, only a 1 count. 2 count, excuse me. Kick right to the jaw, Nightshade goes down. Nightshade goes down.
You see those shots earlier to the stomach of Luna Nightshade, that knocks the air out of you. A shot to the face like that, you have to worry about the lights going out and a knockout situation for Luna Nightshade.
What does the strategy have to be here for the challenger?
She's got to find a way to use that speed and agility to her advantage because Nova Phoenix is powering through her.
This very well could be it. What a clothesline, and still the heart of the Salem Cat herself. What a match.
Saw Nova Phoenix there channeling some Texas energy similar to a man from Sweetwater, Texas, John Bradshaw Layfield with that clothesline. Now some disrespect being shown to Luna Nightshade.
Luna Nightshade now driven directly into the top turnbuckle here. Phoenix, she's going to do everything in her power to walk away still UWO Ladies Championship. The Ladies Champion holder, excuse me. Nova Phoenix continuously on the onslaught. This is not the first time these two women have gone toe-to-toe. Not even the first time for the Ladies Championship.
These two know each other like the back of their own hands. And Nova Phoenix, they're asking Luna if she wants to be champion. She's gonna have to dig deep and find some courage if she wants to walk out with that UWO Ladies Championship over her shoulder tonight.
Phoenix, you see the wrist control currently on Luna Nightshade. Things are starting to look dreary for the challenger. And Nova Phoenix, though, you find her to be in her element. This is exactly where she is most comfortable. The control being employed here with this camel clutch.
When the pace slows down and the violence increases, that's exactly where Nova Phoenix feels at home.
Luna Nightshade fighting out of it, the stunner.
Only staggering Nova Phoenix, not taking her off her feet though.
You gotta stay on top of Nova here, Luna. You can do it. You can become the champion.
That's a whole lot of champion to try to beat though. Nova Phoenix bringing those right hands from downtown. Looks like Luna's getting the best of it though for the time being.
The onslaught continues forward. Nightshade, drop kick. There you go, taking her down to the knee.
Staggering the champion, if only for a moment.
This is exactly where Nightshade wants to continue her onslaught to the middle rope for Luna. Her career, the championship, everything is on the line tonight.
Introducing Luna to the turnbuckle and tornado DDT out of the corner.
This has got to be it. We have a new champion. We have a new champion. No! You asked a question earlier on, if not Luna Nightshade, then who? Who could be the one to dethrone the UWO Ladies Champion? Tonight is Luna Nightshade's night. There is no question of who, it's a matter of when. The where is here in Tulsa.
Nova's got her up though. Keep your eyes on the champ.
Uh-oh, she might be looking for an air raid crash neck breaker from Nova Phoenix into the cover two, and still another kick out from Luna Nightshade. Luna immediately taking refuge on the outside of the ring, if you will.
Perhaps the smartest thing Luna Nightshade can do. She's been having it handed to her courtesy of the UWO Ladies Champion Nova Phoenix. Now, just the brief moment of reprieve, a little bit of water might make the difference as this contest goes on. Nova Phoenix has not had a break. It's been a constant onslaught for the champion.
DDT on the apron.
Nova Phoenix caught there.
That surprised even me. I wasn't even expecting that. The cover, look in the outer leg. We have a new champion tonight. No!
Oh, so close for Luna Nightshade, but not close enough to capture that UWO Women's Championship.
It is a matter of when. When will Luna Nightshade find the strength, find the courage, find the key to success tonight? Nova Phoenix trying to pick the lock herself on that top turnbuckle pad.
Just enough distraction for Brent Wall. A sucker punch courtesy of the champion.
Wait a minute, she's setting her up, the Yokosuka cutter. The Yokosuka cutter. She's put many women away before.
1, 2, 3, it's all over.
This is it. The UWO Ladies Championship remains in the grasp of Nova Phoenix. And not to overshadow the current reigning and defending champion in Nova Phoenix, but the story of the hour remains. The in-ring career of Luna Nightshade has come to an end at the hands of the rising Phoenix herself. From ash we were developed, and to ash we do return. Beginning her career here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. And tonight, it all comes to an end in Tulsa. Thank you, Luna Nightshade. what a showcase of respect, something that we don't often see out of Nova Phoenix. But these two women, they have gone to war time in and time out. But the war for Luna Nightshade is finally over.
Let's hear it one more time for Luna Nightshade, ladies and gentlemen. Was that a fantastic match or what? She's still and will always get the best back scratches. Are you guys ready for our next contest?
Look at Mike Andrews and Lethal Leo Fox, the sober sluggers in the building. Look, how dare that fan have his drink in the way? How disrespectful. When a veteran of war is making his way to the ring, you should show some respect, especially when it's as bad of a man as Leo Fox, accompanied by the marvelous one himself, Mike Andrews.
Mike Andrews is a man that I've had many a back and forth with in the past, and that is just the truth. It has been seen countless times across the state of Oklahoma on broadcast television. But the truth is, I have a lot of respect for Mike Andrews to a certain extent. I may not like the way that he goes about his methodations, but I do respect the company that he keeps. That being the sober slugger, battleborn, lethal Leo Fox.
Man of many nicknames, bad man, reigning above all. Leo Fox, the All-Star Pro Mid-American Champion, taking on another veteran, another man who's served his country proudly, but a man who's taken a bit of a different route since then in Adrian Vega.
Said by our ring announcer Chris Taylor, served in the U.S. Army.
It's just like a fight at boot camp tonight, Walker. The grunts are gonna be going at it. Lock it up like a pair of bulls in a UWO ring. Two former Army veterans doing battle to prove who reigns supreme here in the land of UWO. Leo Fox and Adrian Vega. Walker, what a contest this shapes up to be.
You're right about that one, James. This matchup has a lot of history built into it. These two men's past, their careers have been intertwined, whether they have realized it or not. Both men serving in the U.S. military. Adrian Vega and Leo Fox trained underneath the same individual at the NCWO training facility under Robbie Striker Baker. And of course, Leo Fox and Adrian Vega, they've gone on two very different paths here in their past of Oklahoma. Leo Fox, he's a member of the Control Your Narrative roster, and he also knows how to throw a mean left hook.
I thought that was going to be a showing of respect for a minute, but Leo Fox says all is fair in love and war, and that is certainly what we're engaging in tonight. All-out war.
Not to mention the relationship between marvelous Mike Andrews and Leo Fox, best friends for life. These two men's stories have been intertwined all throughout their relationship. Mike Andrews actually at one point or another had interest in recruiting Adrian Vega to this so-called Marvelous Mafia that I've been hearing rumblings about.
I thought Adrian Vega would have been a fit, but Vega perhaps sticks to his morals a bit too much. He's not willing to get the job done like Lethal Leo Fox. You don't earn a nickname like Lethal unless you're willing to get the job done at all costs and finish off your opponent. You're not only trying to beat a man, you're trying to make sure he's no longer a threat.
And Leo Fox shoving the fingers into the eyes of Adrian Vega, almost blinding the Army veteran.
I think Vega was going for a monkey flip there. Leo Fox sensed it was coming and knew he had to do something to prevent the attack.
Leo Fox and Adrian Vega, these are two men. We talked about their military backgrounds and how this is a battlefield here tonight, a return to battle for both men. Leo Fox and Adrian Vega have been very public about their experiences on the battlefield, been very public about the traumatic experiences and the way that it's shaped them inside the ring, the way that it's shaped their stylings. Leo Fox and Adrian Vega, very ground and pound heavy wrestlers.
Both experienced that military combative training, going through basic training. Now, both men having to put those skills to work, throwing those hands, throwing elbows, throwing whatever it takes if they want to walk out the victor. Big clothesline there from Leo Fox. Taking a minute to gloat, rightfully so, after taking Shawnee's own Adrian Vega off his feet.
And another difference between these two men, Adrian Vega is often praised for his service in the U.S. Army. He is often praised for the things that he had done overseas. Leo Fox hasn't exactly received the same reaction from many of the fans here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma.
And you can let it do one of two things. You can let it eat away at you, or you can use it as motivation. And that's what we've seen from the sober slugger. He's used that seemingly disrespect, that not being recognized for his service. He's used that to motivate him in professional wrestling, and it's gotten him to the NWA, to CYN, to many, many great places. Some people call it a bad attitude, but I call it doing whatever it takes to win wherever you are.
Of course, those antics have also brought him to the All-Star Pro Mid-American Championship, which he brought down to ringside earlier on in the evening. Leo Fox now out of the corner. What's he looking for here? Rolling cannonball.
Now, to be the devil's advocate for just a moment, you know, Adrian Vega is a champion
On
too.
a minute, the cover. 2.
A former Empire Pro All-American champion, also very decorated not only in the battlefield but in professional wrestling, is Adrian Vega. It's sort of a fun match between these two to see such similar competitors taking each other on.
Of course, they have taken each other down two very different paths, as we mentioned, down CYN and NWA for Leo Fox. Meanwhile, Adrian Vega, he's been keeping things very local, always a mainstay of Empire Pro Wrestling here at UWO, all across the Oklahoma City metro. Adrian Vega has been, but he's been starting to branch out. You've seen him across Native Ways Entertainment in the state of Arizona.
The man's been everywhere just like Leo Fox, but what he doesn't have is a best friend since elementary school, standing by his side like Leo Fox has in Marvelous Mike Andrews. As different as they may be, friends they are nonetheless, and that comes to pay dividends for Leo Fox.
Look at the T-bone suplex there from Leo Fox. The power of this man is unmatched.
Almost like a Northern Lights as he got underneath that arm. Either way, he took all of Adrian Vega's weight and rotated it over his body. An incredible showing of strength by Lethal Leo Fox.
Leo Fox actually recounted a conversation between he and Mike Andrews back when they were in elementary school, where Leo Fox told Mike that he was going to be a professional wrestler, and Mike Andrews said, "I'm gonna take you to the very damn top." And that is exactly what he's looking to do here. If Adrian Vega has something to say about it, though, that might not be the case.
Vega taking him to the bottom, but he can't capitalize as both men are down in the center of the ring. Leo Fox is taking less damage. Adrian Vega just hit the last big move. Which man is gonna be the first to their feet in this UWO contest? Fox starting to move, as is Vega. Both men now to their knees. Who's gonna get that vertical base almost at the same time?
Vega with the clothesline taking down Leo Fox.
A series of them now.
Vega now lifting him up. The power Fox planted directly on the back of his neck almost.
Mike Andrews is reeling, and so is Leo Fox. He's got to find something to do to regain the advantage here. Vega's taking over.
Vega.
Looking for a suplex here.
And look at this, Mike Andrews serving as a weight of sorts. Referee's distracted. Adrian Vega now turning his attention to the Marvelous One, and Leo Fox going low.
Ricky Wingrave paying too much attention to Mike Andrews as always. He's a good wrestler, but he's an easily distracted referee, and we're seeing it come into play here.
It's something about those stripes, James, but nevertheless, you see the guillotine applied right now by Leo Fox. Adrian Vega may be down and out, and I was right about that one.
If he wasn't with that choke, he is now. 1, 2, 3. Leo Fox knows it, and so does everybody else in Tulsa.
What a matchup, and what a victory for your current reigning and defending All-Star Pro Mid-American Champion. Leo Fox has proven to be the better warrior on this day, but I hope for my own sake in this matchup, I hope that we see this one run back a time or two again.
You might want to see it again, but I'm afraid our friend Adrian Vega might not be as eager, as he walks away with an L in the column, and Leo Fox is headed to that pay window with his manager, Marvelous Mike Andrews.
We have plenty of stuff ready for you. Are you ready for our next contest? Yeah! Let's get this one started then. This next contest is the first of 50s match, scheduled for one fall.
Bring this to the right!
From Manchester, New England, he will a 10-match lead in the first of 50 series. Jason
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with more Unified Wrestling Oklahoma as the elegant Jason Simon is here for another matchup in, you guessed it, James, the first 250 series. You heard me right. It's not the best of 50. It is the first 250 victories between Jason Simon and Mexico City's own
First to 50, we could go 50 matches. We could go 99 matches. The UWO crowd may never know. Look at MLP. He's fired up coming to the ring tonight.
MLP, he is shucking and jiving his way down to ringside tonight. And he's looking in phenomenal shape, James. This is incredible. MLP, who wearing shoe inserts or anything of the like. MLP looking really good right now, looking real jacked.
A little taller, a little leaner, looking real jacked, baby, is MLP. He is looking good tonight, and Jason Simon is not having any of it.
James, you might as well get in there and dance with MLP. I think that you can show him a couple of moves.
I could probably show him up. I think we can agree on that. Show him a couple moves. We'll wait and see.
Well, a couple of different moves. Not to say that he doesn't know moves of his own. I mean, you saw what he was doing in there with Jason Simon.
I saw it. Whether or not I'd count it as dancing remains to be seen. But I will count this as wrestling from MLP. A little standing switch there on Jason Simon, still maintaining that rear waist lock.
Waist lock, and now the hammerlock applied here.
Jason Simon quick out the back there. Very smooth move.
You got to be quick out the back when you're Jason Simon, with the hammerlock once again from MLP. Of course, it is currently 19-8 in the first to 50 series. Jason Simon, 19 victories on 8 victories for MLP.
Because Jason Simon is the superior wrestler. It's already been on display. It's just a matter of time until he reaches 50 and MLP goes crawling on his hands and knees down the cobblestone streets of Mexico.
Jason Simon now right onto the ropes. Hangman's leg drop there on the ropes, holding him in there. Referee Robin trying to separate these two.
Now sending MLP inside out, courtesy of that rope to the throat. You know that air has just to be about out of MLP's body.
Jason Simon, we've seen quite the revolution from this young man as of recent. After spending time at that conservatory in England, he went from being just a butler to being an elegant individual in himself. Jason Simon now up and down, being planted by MLP.
He was always elegant. Don't do a disservice to Jason Simon, because it's already being done courtesy of MLP. 2 count there off of that senton. MLP didn't get all of his weight situated over Jason Simon, and that might have been the difference in this one.
You know, at that conservatory in England, Jason Simon learned how to be a true gentleman. He learned all about the salad fork and the soup spoon and everything in between. Now Jason Simon sent him off the ropes, hits him with the Yakuza kick.
Elegance doesn't prepare you for a size 10 right in the face, and that's what MLP got. Now an enziguri to the head, continuing the assault on the head into the cover.
That's got to be it. 2, and that's it.
MLP is down 20-8, only 30 more wins to go for the elegant Jason Simon.
Enough is enough! I beat this peasant 20 times already! I'm ready for some tougher competition, so I'm telling anybody in the back!
Wait a minute, Walker. The baddest man in Oklahoma arrives. Bud Barnes is back.
I believe I've only read about this man in history books, but nevertheless, Bud Barnes is live here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Well, for what purpose does the baddest man in Oklahoma have against Jason Simon? Jason Simon said he wanted more competition, but Bud Barnes
Jason Simon is going to be wishing that Bud Barnes was someone who remained in the history books when this night is over. Already eating a right hand from Bud Barnes. What's he got in mind? Hard punch! Hard punch from Bud Barnes, the baddest man in Oklahoma. Off the ropes, big splash into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Bud Barnes.
And 3 ain't enough. I need 5. Bud Barnes. Once again, the bell has sounded. What a matchup. What a moment for Jason Simon.
Just like King Kong Bundy, you could count to 5, you could count to 1,000. He ain't getting up when Bud Barnes is in the ring. Jason Simon or anyone else is going down.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have been following Unified Wrestling Oklahoma, if you've been following Sam Stackhouse on social media, you will have seen the announcement made just days ago. Today, April 15th, 2023, UWO in Tulsa at the American Legion Mohawk will house and will promote the last matchup for Sam Stackhouse in the state of Oklahoma, the place that he has spent the past 15 years making famous.
And what a more fitting way to go out, Walker, than against a man who was there when Sam Stackhouse first stepped foot into a ring. They were both there for each other's debuts, for their first day training. These men's paths have gone side by side for almost 15 years. These two have been side by side or doing battle against each other. Tonight, things are different, though, as Sam Stackhouse steps in as the challenger against the Oklahoma Strangler, Christopher Morrison, your UWO champion, being accompanied to the ring by the Mind of Wrestling, CM Burnham. What insurmountable odds Sam Stackhouse is facing. Might I point out that shirt, Patient Zero, from Compound Pro Wrestling, that was Christopher Morrison's first name. He debuted at 18 years old under a mask as Patient Zero. Perhaps Sam Stackhouse trying to get in the head of Christopher Morrison. Let's throw it down to ringside to Taylor Funk.
Is the challenger. He hails from Golden Corral, Texas. He is the king of freestyle, Sam And his opponent. He hails from Slaughterville, Oklahoma, being accompanied by his manager, CM Burnham. He is the reigning and defending UWO champion, the Oklahoma Strangler, Brawler Morrison.
A little bit of love being reciprocated there in the form of the bird court, courtesy of Brawler Morrison. As I said, mentioned earlier, those mind games being played by Sam Stackhouse wearing a Patient Zero shirt. That was what Christopher Morrison was called when he made his debut here in Tulsa at Compound Pro Wrestling many years ago. Now Patient Zero being donned by Sam Stackhouse, a man who trained alongside the Oklahoma Strangler.
Sam Stackhouse, not to mention donning the singlet, which he made signature for the first 13 years of his professional career. And Morrison being sent directly into that door. The door does not budge. It does not bust. Stackhouse sending Morrison into another door. Those things are rock solid.
Doors refusing to break already. Now again, Morrison just bouncing off that door. Imagine the compound in your body as all your weight hits that door and it does not give. All of your bones must... Now here goes Stackhouse.
Stackhouse through the door, courtesy of Christopher Morrison.
If anybody's gonna break the door, it's gonna be the big man Stackhouse.
Stackhouse has declared that this matchup will be his very last in the state of Oklahoma ever. Stackhouse claims that he will walk away as UWO champion. He said to Morrison, if you want this championship back, you're gonna have to chase me down in another town.
And it's cowardice on Stackhouse's part. He doesn't want to defend the belt here. He doesn't want to defend it in death matches like Christopher Morrison. That's what Christopher Morrison's saying tonight. He says, you're not going to Texas with my belt. You're not going to Colorado with my belt. That UWO championship is staying right here in Oklahoma because that's where it belongs. Stackhouse can tuck his tail and run away if he wants, but he's not going to do it wearing the UWO championship as long as Christopher Morrison has anything to say about it.
You're right, that is if Christopher Morrison has anything to say about it, but it takes two to compete in a wrestling match, and only one man is going to walk away as the victor. Keep in mind, Sam Stackhouse requested this matchup. He made the death match debut in the state of Texas across Wrestle Rave and various other promotions in the state. And he said he perfected this death match style, and he has brought it to Oklahoma in Oklahoma's very first death match. As James, this is looking dangerous. The gusset plates have made their arrival tonight.
Those metal plates with spikes, they're designed to hold metal girders together, Walker. When you see a bridge held together, it's held by gusset plates, and that's the very same object that's been broken out in this contest. It's designed for holding metal together and not destroying human bodies.
James, you said something earlier that really resonated with me. You said that Morrison truly believes that Sam Stackhouse is a coward in a sense, that Stackhouse does not want to defend the championship here in Oklahoma. Stackhouse claims that he can make this championship something greater than the area that we are in, that this area can be greater. Stackhouse wants to take that championship and defend it across the country, but he might not be able to do that if Morrison gets his way.
And Stackhouse, without a doubt, has been a great representation for Oklahoma. He's faced Matt Cardona. He's faced many men across this country. People bring him in as the representative of the state of Oklahoma. But nonetheless, that doesn't change what the UWO Championship is about. It's about creating a championship all competitors in Oklahoma want to fight for. It's not designed to be defended in Texas. It's not designed to be taken to Colorado or GCW or any of these other companies Sam Stackhouse works for. It's designed to be defended in UWO amongst all Oklahoma competitors. Oh God, the gusset plate to the chest of Sam Stackhouse.
And a super kick from Christopher Morrison to boot. And the blood is already pouring. The crimson mask has been donned by Sam Stackhouse.
Morrison saying, I've always been better than you. It seems like 13 years of bad blood is coming to fruition tonight in Tulsa.
Morrison claims he doesn't care how many TikTok views Sam Stackhouse receives. He's always been the better competitor, but it will be proven once and for all here tonight in a death match live in Tulsa.
Look at Morrison taking joy by the blood all over his hands. Sam Stackhouse's blood smeared across Christopher Morrison, and he takes joy in it.
Sam Stackhouse believes that the state of Oklahoma can be a better place. Sam Stackhouse believes that Christopher Morrison can be a better competitor. He promised that he would take Morrison to the limit here tonight, and he wants to walk out with the UWO Championship as proof of having done so.
Well, he's gonna have to keep the fight going because Brawler Morrison has been holding his own. The Oklahoma Strangler has been bringing the battle to the King of Thick Style, and now Christopher Morrison introducing Stackhouse to the ringside table, now having a drink of water to refresh himself, and back on the attack is this Strangler.
The blood is pouring down the chest and down the skull of Sam Stackhouse, and if I'm being honest with you, James, this is not an unfamiliar sight for those of us who have followed his career outside and even inside this state. But for the first time, a death match in the state of Oklahoma under the Oklahoma Athletic Commission.
Sam Stackhouse issued the challenge, and Morrison answered. The first ever death match. Sam Stackhouse said, win, lose, or draw, I'm done. Morrison says he's gonna stay here and fight in Oklahoma, no matter what comes, whether it's a death match, whether it's a standard match, whether it's submission grappling. Oh, look at the gusset plates in both men's arms.
2 men, 2 gusset plates, and there's multiple holes in the arms of his competitor. This is disgusting.
I said it before, those are designed to hold metal together. Giant metal beams on bridges, and now they're just driven into the flesh, the muscle, the tendons of both competitors.
I mean, that could lead to long-term muscle tissue and nerve damage if they hit the wrong spots, potentially cut an artery even. This is disturbing.
It's like a road map on Brawler Morrison's arm. What does Burnham have? Are those needles?
Where did Burnham get his hands on syringes?
I thought he worked for Oklafan.
Taking on a role as medical personnel tonight. Morrison trying to draw blood. Wait a minute, Stackhouse repositioning. Oh my God, this is what?
Hanging out of both sides of Morrison's face are those needles. I hope they were hygienic.
What in God's name? Well, they came out of CM Burnham's front pocket, so I'd have to question that.
Oh my God, you saw our cameraman get a shot of those needles. What more could happen in this death match?
Look, it's almost like just spreading the blood all around the side of Sam Stackhouse's large frame. And as Morrison, he continues to mount offense, that blood continues to pump throughout his body, and it is seeping out of these small incisions variously all across the arms and legs of Morrison.
As you said, Walker, both of these men fighting valiantly and covered in blood, and in Sam Stackhouse's case, that's a lot of man to cover. Oh, he's got the gusset plate again.
Right into the skull.
Luckily for Brawler Morrison, it didn't stick in the head, but you see the blood immediately rushing to the skin. Obviously, those lacerations have already been made.
Sam Stackhouse is on the prowl for further plunder.
I don't blame CM Burnham for running from cover. This is an absolute madman.
Wait a minute, what is Sam Stackhouse doing? He's
got a hammer.
Disassembling the bottom turnbuckle. Stackhouse says he's doing his part in trying to take down the ring. He must be thinking that this show's gonna be over soon.
A little assist to the UWO ring crew, courtesy of Sam Stackhouse.
And you see this, the blood continuing to seep down the arms, rubbing onto the metal turnbuckle post. But what is Stackhouse's plan here? This is
smartly using that hammer to his advantage. If you've got a weapon, you might as well use it.
He's gonna have a harder time climbing the ropes if that was any at all his intention, but
I'm not sure Sam Stackhouse is gonna be breaking out any moonsaults in this one. I think it's just an all-out fight, Walker.
Oh, and utilizing the hammer directly to the skull and driving it into the cranium of Morrison. Breaking apart the ring, tearing apart ringside, but Sam Stackhouse, he obviously has some sick, sadistic plan in place here.
That turnbuckle already disconnected there, courtesy of the King of Thick style. Morrison taking a moment to catch his breath, as he should. Both of these men have been through absolute hell tonight.
The official Brent Wall is even questioning what's happening here. Sam Stackhouse was not at the liberty to, oh my God.
You see that thin, maybe quarter-inch of padding over the mat, but now wood and steel being exposed by Sam Stackhouse, and Morrison returning to finish the job.
Stackhouse had a very sadistic plan in mind here.
Morrison says, show's over, the ring's coming down. Normally, this is what's going on while closing time plays here at UWO. We're getting an early start tonight, courtesy of Christopher Morrison and Sam Stackhouse.
And this is how much the UWO Championship, the respect of Sam Stackhouse, this is how much it means to Christopher Morrison. These men have been up and down the roads together for, as we said, the past 15 years. Tonight, Stackhouse sending Morrison into the door once again. Good God Almighty, how are either of these men still breathing?
Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Stackhouse proudly presents The Doors live in Tulsa, introducing Brawler Morrison to the corner. Look at the blood just seeping from every inch of Morrison's body, from his head, from his arms, to his legs. There is not a part of Brawler Morrison that has not been cut open.
Sam Stackhouse says, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with a bang, and a death match is what we have now. Speaking of going out with a bang, you've seen him put many men away with this. Go over that Texas pile driver on the exposed wood.
Double underhook, that butterfly pile driver right on his head. Only a 2 count, milliseconds away. Brent Wall says 2. The owner of UWO says 2. The match will continue.
And you can even still see Sam Stackhouse in a state of shock, counting on the fingers, asking the question on everyone's mind, what just happened?
You can see the look in the King of Thick Style's eyes. Nearly 500 pounds of humanity sent down courtesy of Christopher Morrison into the cover. Only a 1.
How, what material is Sam Stackhouse made out of?
Another back suplex courtesy of Christopher Morrison into the cover. 1, 2.
And another kick out. Again, it's not often that we see Sam Stackhouse tossed around the ring like this. Morrison is on another level. Truly the greatest champion the state of Oklahoma has to offer today.
Sam's barely moving. He was barely able to kick out of that pinfall there by Christopher Morrison. Morrison doing a bit of arts and crafts here in the center of the ring.
It's all fun and games until you introduce a body part to your destruction, your design on the wooden platform. If that's not it, I don't know what is. The cover. 1, 2.
Brent Wall making the count on those exposed wooden boards.
It's not an easy feat whatsoever, but the official manages to do so nevertheless. Stackhouse and Wall, Stackhouse and Morrison, lifting him up through the door.
That third backdrop suplex. 1, 2. Somehow Stackhouse finds a way to kick out.
And Morrison asking the question on everyone's mind. How do you put a 500-pound Leviathan out to pasture? How do you put down the King of Thick Style? How do you beat the King of Thick Style at his own game?
This Colossus Sam Stackhouse will not go into the night. And Christopher Morrison attempting to strangle, living up to the Oklahoma Strangler name, trying to choke the life out of Sam Stackhouse.
And the never say die attitude.
Pure defiance from Stackhouse.
Sam Stackhouse, he's faded. And this matchup, this is it.
It had to be it. Serious brain damage that could have come to Sam Stackhouse if that choke had continued. Nonetheless, your UWO champion, still and perhaps forevermore, the Oklahoma Strangler, Christopher Morrison.
James, this is the end of an era which I should have appreciated more when it was around. The fact is, Christopher Morrison on this day was the better man. What is going on here?
Just showing his love to CM Burnham, whether Burnham can appreciate it or not.
It's definitely a formation of love, but this is an era I never expected. The era of Morrison is underway.
A strangler is on the loose in Oklahoma. Victim number one, the king of thick style, Sam Stackhouse. Still your UWO heavyweight champion, Christopher Morrison.
First things first. They saved me almost 15 years. Not only say this, but to realize the better in the first place. But in 2009, I started training to wrestle. And about 2 or 3 months after that, I met this scrawny little fella named Chris Morrison. Oh no, you was chunky as hell there, weren't you? That's what it was. Met this thick little dude. 16 years old, he's taking an ass woman better than anybody but me. But when I'm not around, I want you to know that Chris Morrison is the new leader of Oklahoma. Okay? I don't care if you boo or you cheer. He's the truth around here now. And all you in the back, you give the same respect you give me, and you give each other the respect that everyone deserves. I want to thank you guys. It kills me to not be around, but I'm hoping that some things will change for the better. I don't want to lose any more brothers and sisters, whether they're leaving the business or leaving this world. I don't want to lose any more for any reason, but especially for us. This is something that brings people together. Every single one of us has a life outside of this, but we come here every weekend and entertain you, make you forget about your problems, make you believe a little bit. But as much as you appreciate us, I want every single one of you to know Let's hear it for him one last time.